All right. Good morning. Hope everyone's doing all right on this Wednesday morning outside. I got in place here for the vlog, and when I did, well, didn't turn the lights on. Here's the question, though: is it easier just to keep the lights off at this point for the live update? It's almost like I'm in that cereal commercial, where we all don't want to admit that we eat. Was it Honey Bunches of Oats? Was that the commercial? We're on like a witness protection program kind of set up, and we're all taking admission to that whole thing. But anyway, I'm here. I'm here. I'll go do it in a second if it really bothers you, because I am hooked up to the desk. But I have no problem turning it on. But if it doesn't bother you, then hey, we'll leave it. It could be anybody in here, right? But it's me. All right. Hello to, let's see, Morgan. Good morning, Morgan. Hope all is well for you. You're on YouTube, I think. Susan, you're kind of my morning person. Yeah, I know, I get it. I'm not always a big morning person, that's for sure. Hello, Kentucky Girl. I hope all is well. Hello to Laura as well as Shonda this morning. Chris, hopefully not no more frost, but where you're at in Northern Kentucky, Thursday mornings, we're going to be watching for you. And Angie said, not a morning person either, so we'll do the best and hope for the best. Thank you. They were enjoying the silhouette, so they. You want it back? No, I think they're over it now. Thank you. All right, so thanks, Zach. Zach came in and revealed the light, so I didn't have to get out of my hookup here at the desk. All right, so now it's so bright I can't even see any of you, so I'll kind of struggle with that. There we go. Little amounts of a little silhouette of a weatherman. There you go. There you go. All right. Good morning, and not a morning person either. Sorry, I wanted to finish your comment. We do the best we can, and caffeinate as well. Well, I do that a lot. I'm kind of picked on here for drinking a lot of the Monsters around here, but I love the Monsters. I never finish a can. I never do. I start it, and then, I'm really bad about that. I know you can get those cap things you can put on it to save it. It's on my bucket list to do that this year. I will get to it. It's been a little busy. All right, let's get to the weather. Instead of me rambling, you can see the beautiful setup there into Starlight, Indiana, Huber's Orchard and Winery. What a gorgeous shot that is. Got a few clouds still out there left over from what happened last night with the front passing through, but overall, a gorgeous looking setup there for the day. All right, so let's get into rainfall amounts from last night. This was nearly exactly what the model was spitting out. I think when I left yesterday, one of the HER models said Louisville is going to get 0.16. Well, we ended up with 0.18, so pretty much on the money on that. The amounts in Indiana I thought would be a little higher. I think they are. Some of the gauges may have reset. So if you're in Indiana, I would be curious to know what your numbers were, because I think you are a little higher than what is shown here. But in Kentucky, they are accurate for this event. So you can certainly see less than a tenth of an inch, a few hundredths at best in southern Kentucky. So just enough to get everything kind of wet, right? Not enough to really make a big difference on the watering side. In the metro, as we go, you could see amounts kind of hodgepodge. There are a few pockets a little higher in the east end than I do see into the west end. I didn't check my house, so I need to do that on the rain gauge there. All right, well, that's over with. That's just moved on by. So that was nice and tame and easy. I like those. Leaving behind clouds to the east and mainly sunny for areas along the west of 65. Let me get rid of the radar so you can see the overall pattern here. And for today, we are going to enjoy some nice cool weather that's going to settle in and stay with us really today and tomorrow. I don't see any major worries. This will be the next system that's got a warm front that eventually will attach to it and roll into the Ohio River Valley near this time. It'll be approaching anyway near this time on Friday, but Friday afternoon, that's when it should indeed arrive. So with its arrival on Friday, that means now through Friday is going to be weather drama free, no major issues at all. The one minor thing, and Chris, was it Chris or Kirk? I'm sorry, I get your name wrong. Sorry about that. I think it's Kirk, but he was, talking about the idea that there could be, maybe a potential frost. We're curious about the frost in the northeast side there. That's the only thing we got to watch is later tonight, early Thursday. That is possible. I just don't see being a major concern there, just because we're now getting out of that season, and to get our widespread frost is a little bit of a challenge there. Patchy areas away from valleys, yeah. That's the same really for wave country. I think we could see some patchy frost, but a widespread frost or a killing session, yeah, that's not going to happen. Hold on, I got a spammer. Got rid of him. Bada boom, bada boom. Susan, we've got a Lou City game Saturday evening. Will it be okay? Well, I'm going to show you the maps heading into Saturday evening, but I can give you an easy answer now. And yes, you will be okay. There's a nice little trend that's showing up there on Saturday. I'll show you guys. All right. So let's talk about the severe risk. This is going to be the big story the next few days. Severe weather breaking out into the plains. It is first going to be Texas and Oklahoma and into Nebraska, an enhanced risk in that area. It may stay enhanced, but I got a feeling the next one here may end up being enhanced as well for areas of the near same spots. I mean, it hasn't really moved a whole lot, right? So this is going to be a very active day. Can't rule out a moderate risk out of either scenario that may pop in on the maps there, because the outlook here is for very large hail, 3 inches or more in diameter, and very intense tornadoes. So very much in the tornado alley for storm chasers. They're going to be loving that. I'm sure Reed Timmer's out there somewhere getting ready. But that's going to be very active in the plains, and it's going to be just relentless because we're kind of blocked at the moment. So there's no chance really of cold fronts having any issue getting in our area. So because of that, all the storm action gets locked up too, and it's repeating itself over the same area. They need some rain out here. That's a plus. They don't want all that severe weather. It's nasty. All right, here's our game plan. Rest of the day, beautiful. You can go to Waterfront Wednesday, wear shorts if you want to. I mean, it'll be near 70. But keep in mind, it will be easing back rather quick throughout the evening tonight. So prepare for a chillier setup toward the end of the concert. So bring long sleeves and jackets to be ready for that. All right, we get into tomorrow morning. We're fine. Again, maybe patchy frost, some areas, just CYA here, but I think we're okay. Thursday looks beautiful. We'll see 60s again, near 70. We get into Thursday evening, first of the balloon glows, first of two there at Waterfront Park. Right now, I don't see, these are relatively thin clouds that are showing up on the satellite, and the wind doesn't look overly strong. It will be, again, in the 60s and cooling back in the 50s, but that's nothing. That's nothing at all. I think it's actually a really good setup right now for the balloon glow Thursday evening. My advice is take advantage of that. All right, now we get into Friday. Here comes the warm front. Here comes the leftover complex, likely an MCS, mesoscale convective system or complex. There's different names for them, that is just diving out of Missouri there. Now, before you get too worried, the system is going to weaken. It's moving into environment where the warm front hasn't had a chance to we got to look at a warm front as like the person that comes out and lays the red carpet out on the floor to welcome all the celebrities, right? A warm front is basically the person handing out the red carpet, moving it around. So as the warm front is laid, the red carpet is laid into our area, then everyone's welcome. Come on in, everybody. Yes, even you, Bill Murray, come on in. So here's the thing. Storms can override that boundary over in the front, but they will just disintegrate. But they will naturally just have trouble getting over the front if it's too slow anyway. So that's the reason why the front is still not in our area by 12:30 on Friday. So that complex of storms is kind of like, well, I don't really know where to go. So it just disintegrates. Now for us locally, there is a chance to get a few thunderstorms or downpours along it. I think overall the boundary is going to be running into drier air, and I do think it will be weakening naturally anyway. So even though we have this band of rain and thunder, Friday afternoon is the only time period I see where we could get a few thunderstorms, but mainly showers, and there's not going to be a lot of them. They should be in a disorganized phase. They're not just going to lock in very well. So I'm not worried about severe weather with that on Friday at all. In fact, I'm not worried at all because I don't know if much of this is even going to have lightning with it, but it will have some rain. So there could be a bit of a disruption Friday afternoon. We'll watch that. And that's the reason why for the second balloon glow into Friday evening, I'm worried about the cloud cover. The wind may be somewhat of an issue, but the clouds left over from whatever happened may be an issue, and there could be some cumulus clouds that may try to form too. So there's a couple of challenges there on that that we'll be watching. All right, so we'll keep an eye on the Friday night issue. Then we get into the racers for Saturday morning. Here's the deal. Here's the fuel, again, red, right, for thunderstorms. You see that listed. You see thunderstorms into Missouri. Well, that fuel never really gets into our area. In fact, the high pressure in our area still is it's a boss. I mean, it is not wanting to let anybody near us. So the severe weather threat gets right into the area, even as the warm front moved by. But this high pressure says, no, you're not doing it. So these thunderstorms in the Missouri will develop. And the worry here is that some would develop very close to the boot heel of Missouri and line up to a northeast fashion very close to Kentucky, and would have an issue not only in the ceiling for the balloon race, but also for the runners to have to face some heavier downpours that would move in to Louisville right in the morning hours. As of now, if this high is strong enough, the way it's looking, any rain or thunderstorm action will line up across Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, but will be just outside of our counties. So that would mean temperatures into the 60s for running, maybe some patchy drizzle or light rain, can't rule it out. It will be breezy. I'm talking wind gusts at this point will start to increase to about 20 miles per hour there. So we'll be watching that. So here's weather for Wednesday. You can see it looking good on that. No problems. Just be ready to put on the jackets and so forth in the evening. Here's that front. What I basically have shown you, let me show you in a different way. Here it is. The warm front moves in early on Friday afternoon, passes by. Strong winds. I painted the wind in yellow. So strong gusty winds Saturday morning that will likely impact the Great Balloon Race in that sense. Again, the rain band, even on the Euro, that was the in-house model you saw a second ago, by the way, when I was drawn from Missouri. This is the Euro model, and it has the rain band doing the same thing, basically, just generally to the north and to the west there of wave country. But still, a lot of wind flying through the area. That's going to be one of the bigger headaches. All right, we advance. We get into Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. Now, this is where we get to, Susan, your question about the Lou City game. The trend on this is to go dry. I think Saturday afternoon, Saturday night is going to be dry. It's going to be warm. It's going to be 80s. It will be very, very windy outside for sure, but not terrible. We get into parade day. I do think it kind of reset on me back up. Parade day, I think, will be dry, but that wind will come back just as the parade starts. Winds may not be as bad as we have on Saturday, but gusts up to 30 miles per hour will be possible on Saturday with the wind there. And then the rain on the Euro has really slowed down to where it's all a Monday event now of showers and thunderstorms. But the main low, its parent, its mama, moves so quickly into eastern Canada, and the front just kind of drags along like a tail, basically. But the low is key. The low is key in all the dynamics for a cold front or warm front to have rainfall and in many cases severe weather. But when the low goes so far away and just leaves behind the tail kind of draped across the United States, the front then loses its forcing ability and has no choice but to disintegrate. So your severe parameters just go way down. So this is good. I think we're able to avoid any major drama there for Monday into Tuesday. We'll continue to watch it, but I like the trend. Here's an example of the wind gust on Saturday. I started it Saturday morning. Again, that's when we're getting to balloon race. Wind gusts then already 20 to 25 miles per hour. Then we get into Saturday afternoon. You see a few spots, including Hartonsburg 36, Litchfield at 40 miles per hour, Bardstown at 36 miles per hour. Again, quite windy Saturday afternoon, but I think mainly dry and staying breezy all the way into early on Sunday. And then wind is back again for the parade time, especially west of 65, but even in downtown Louisville, we will have that. So here's a recap on the balloon events. We're going to go green for the first one, the balloon glow. That'll happen Thursday evening. And again, the rush hour race, the only thing there would be some clouds that will move in ahead of the warm front that's surging in, and there may be a slight breeze, but there is a chance the rush hour race will launch with no problem. The green balloon glow, the second one, we may be able to improve this. I mean, I think the wind is going to be an issue. Ceiling, maybe. I'm not really concerned about a rain chance. So there's a chance, at least we can get this to a yellow and try to improve that balloon glow, the second one. I'm hopeful we can. The wind is going to be an issue. And the great balloon race, it's I don't know if we'll have much in the way of rainfall, but I do think the wind will be the big issue there for them, which I hate that. So we'll watch it. Here it is for the parade inflatables. I'll be out there with Myron. Sorry. Who says she's going to get me to dance on air? You guys know I don't dance. At least not in public. I don't dance. And I'm awkward. I'm built weird. I'm clumsy. But she still wants me to dance. Now, for the community, I have no choice. I may have to do it. But I'm just warning you. If it happens, don't change the channel. Don't write me an email, because it's something I don't want to do. Anyway, tangent. Here's the parade inflatable outlook on the wind limits. Again, we're expecting 30 mile per hour winds. It's right there at the moment, the no-fly zone there. All right, let's hope that changes. Hope that changes. And I think it will. Okay, so here we go with the overall severe parameters from Colorado State. Let me back up so you can see all of them. All right, hold on, get that out of there. And you can see we got the, look how bad it is for the plains there. Friday and Saturday, even Sunday, quite a mess in the plains. But you see what happens when we get into our time of Monday and Tuesday. The severe risk just really begins to drop off. You don't see much of a signal at all in our area, and it's just very faint, very, very faint. So that's the reason why it's got more support to not worry about severe weather as we head into Sunday, Monday. Good, good, good. I love it. I love it. I love it. Real quick, before we get into Derby, has anybody got any questions? The marathon gram will be generally in the 60s, perhaps a light shower right now. We're trending dry on that. And there will be wind, gusty winds, which will be from the, let's see, on Saturday, be south and southwest. So part of your route, depending on where you're going, you may run into some of that. Overall, I mean, it's not going to be bad. It's going to be cold. So I can tell you that it won't be cold. So you're in good shape there. Let's see. I saw a comment Reed made. He isn't happy for some reason. Reed. Okay, Reed. What's wrong, Reed? See if I can find you. Reed. I don't want anybody to be upset. We're all in here. Oh, it's Chris. Chris Stone, by the way. Okay. Well, I don't see his comments anymore, unless I totally missed it there. Did I miss it? Oh, Reed Timmer. Okay, sorry about that. Thought somebody made a comment in here. What was he saying? What was he all angry about? Anyway, that's a whole other drama. We don't want to get that in here. Don't want to discuss that. All right, real quickly, because I'm just rambling. Let's get into the outlook for Oaks and Derby. Here's the Euro. The Euro, I'm telling you, is great right now. It really likes the idea and the setup of what's coming our way. It likes to keep the little pocket of high pressure that builds in right over our area, right in through here. Why is my map keep changing? There we go. Right into this area. It's actually going to be a big dome that looks like this over the eastern United States, but just kind of drawn to give you some idea of the protection zone. But anyway, it should keep the Great Steamboat Race dry. I think it'll be warm in the 70s for the Great Steamboat Race. I don't see a lot of issues with wind. I think it's probably going to be one of the better races this year, and I think there's going to be a lot of people out there. So get out there and support our lovely boats for that. We get into Thurby. Thurby right now, as long as the Euro's right and the high keeps us protected, everything's got to go around us, then we'll keep Thurby on the dry side. We get into Oaks Day. Oaks morning. It's still trying to protect us, although the storms in the Midwest, Illinois, Great Lakes, they're wanting so bad to dive southeast. And I think eventually that is going to start to happen. But will we get past Derby Day before it drops down? Because if this model, if I were to extend it, you would see it drop down and it would impact us all the way through the 8th of May. So it's all about really holding on to a blocking type of setup, which we have this week with all the severe weather and repeating themselves in the plains. It's wanting to repeat the pattern again, in a sense, for Derby week, and that would put us in a quiet zone again. I'm hoping that's the case. This would be great. Euro right now looks great. Here is the GFS. All right, front comes in on Monday, right? Here we go, the Great Steamboat Race. Okay, well, look, it's got a some protection of the high in the area, but not as much. So it's a little sloppy here. It's thinking, oh my gosh, there's so much humidity. I'm going to paint thunderstorms everywhere, which is pretty common for the GFS to kind of overreact and do that. So right now, I think that is an overreaction by the GFS. You get into Thurby. It's got the focal point of the low pressure that's basically stuck into Iowa. but it's still trying to hit up some showers and storms because we have red fuel into the area. We get into Oaks Day. It has the low drifting a little closer to us, keeping rain chances around for Oaks Day. And then by Derby Day morning anyway, it tries to thin out that low. And we try to improve things, but it will be close by. So overall, here's the deal, guys. The euro has done very well on its pattern so far, but looking at the ensembles for it, it seems to be doing well. We're leaning more toward the euro, of there being a slower blocking type of pattern for this, and therefore a little more of a challenge for that low to sneak in out of the Midwest and drop into the area. We're not ignoring what this solution is indicating because it's been consistent on this too. So it's staying its ground saying, pay attention to me. So we don't want to discount that. So you're likely going to see our forecast have a blend of the two. We'll have a blend of the two ideas because it's so far in the extended outlook. We can't get specific yet. We ain't even gotten through this weekend. So because of that, we can only just give you generalizations of where we're thinking. And that's what being live here on the blog is able for us to do. I can't really talk about that on TV. So I can talk about it with you all to give you some inside story, scoop, whatever about what we're thinking. And it's going to be a blend of the two ideas. But there is a chance. There is a chance, especially looking at the euro, we could have an entire Derby week and weekend without even rain and 80s every day. Wouldn't that be awesome? It'd be one of the better ones we've ever had. And it'd be really nice since it's Derby 150. That'd be great. All right. Everyone good? I don't see any questions. Everyone's quiet today. Everyone okay? Press 1 if you're okay. Press 2 if you're not okay. And let me know what I can do. Press 3 if you're tired of pressing numbers. Press 4 if you want snow. Press C3PO if you're ready for May the 4th be with you. Bots. The status bar, Herbert's. The status bar on that is not in our hands, unfortunately. It is with the corporate vendor that controls apps, weather apps. They have been notified about the complaint, but it is out of our hands. But we're working on it. We're aware of it. We're getting a lot of emails about this, and he's talking about the little icon that shows up on the Android phones, not iPhone, Android. It's showing the condition outside, not temperature. And I'm not sure why that changed because we did not ask for that change. So we're going to work on it. All right. You guys are good. I appreciate you as always just hanging out, even if you're just listening in the distance, riding in the car. I appreciate it. You all have a good one. Stay out of trouble. Oh, wait a minute. Before I go, I wanted to mention, I meant to show this yesterday and I didn't. What, Tawana? What? Did I do something wrong?
What?
Did I do something wrong?
No, you made me laugh at the C3PO.
Oh, the C3PO. Oh, yeah. What did you hit? 3 or 4?
3 for tired of pressing buttons.
Okay, tired of pressing buttons. Yeah, okay. All right. So one map I want to show you real quick. Zach, get your blue milk. Yeah, I saw the commercial. This is for it's the severe weather outlook. It's really hard to read. I don't want to get into the weeds on this, but I mentioned this the other day, actually maybe yesterday, that the signal, these are different model runs that come into play, and the top line is the most recent. What you're basically looking for is these model runs is any sign, especially when you're in the X's and the brighter yellows that show up. This would indicate severe weather that's taking place across the country. And notice, really, since early April, we have had a strong signal for the last week of May, and the first few days of June has been really starting to hammer out. Now, I can't show you because there's a glitch in their systems right now exactly where it would place it. Based on what I've seen on the data, though, from what this model pulls from, it would be a lot of the plain states again. There are 1 or 2 instances here in that range, in that bubble, that do focus in the Ohio Valley for severe weather, or the Southeast, but the majority are the Great Plains. Once again, notice we don't have a lot of action here for the rest of May until we get to May 20th or so. Fairly quiet. There's a few little patches here and there of maybe a few gusty storms in the lower 48. But no doubt, this signal has been strong and consistent. So just want to mention that. That is something we'll be watching as we head to later into the month. There's a lot to watch, right? All right. Take care, guys. I'm going to stop rambling. Behave yourselves. And I will see you guys coming up on midday.